All right, there we go. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the entire fucking internet, right? I forgot that kind of interferes with the chat, but we'll figure it out. But again, like I say, the best conversation on the entire internet. I am glad that you could join me this afternoon. Got a lot to talk about, so we're gonna dive into it. But make sure you're following all the proper social medias. Den Show Live, Den Show Live, Facebook page at Honcho HTX, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to get updates, sometimes YouTube doesn't always get a notification. And what I think I'm probably going to start doing is just because I know a lot of people say they kind of get a notification a little bit later, they don't get them beforehand and things like that. So like probably start waiting about 5 minutes, like a stream go by so people can have a chance to get in, and all that other stuff. So yeah. Let's move this, get it out the way. But we're going to talk about the media today, man. Like I say, we have so many people pointing fingers at this, that, and the third. It's this fault. It's the fault of this. It's everything is a problem, right? Everything is an issue of some sort. But I think the real problem that's keeping everybody all, discombobulated is the media. And I'm going to get into why in just a second. And there's some weird things that have happened over the last few days. We're going to discuss that. And like I said, there's a lot of shit to talk about. So I'm going to try to get into as much of it as we can. And hopefully the stream, I saw, was kind of having a little bit of a buffer issue early on. But now it looks like everything is tightened up. Let me see something. I apologize for that. I don't know because I forgot a weird call. Let me share this message. Completely slipped my mind. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, back to the thing. I forgot I had to share them out. I don't know why I slipped my mind. So let's see what we have joining us this afternoon. And like I said, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into it. And we'll get the line open. We'll take some calls and all of that good stuff. So let's see. Just Sarah, Miss Bell, John from New York. What's the motherfucking deal? I'm sorry, the lovely Miss Just Sarah, the lovely Miss K Grace, Marquise. What's the deal? Hey, I'm gonna see you in the sauce, Marquise. We got some beef. We gonna have some sauce. Look, we got plenty of trash to talk. You know it is what it is. Be cool. 15 weeks out of the season, but you know what it is right now. Shonda, how you doing this afternoon, ma'am? Let me see. Swan Lake, how you doing this afternoon? I hope all is well. Joshua Milton, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Jason S., what's the motherfucking deal? And anybody I may have missed, it was not a diss, but let's get into it, right? So y'all know me, man. Like, I don't honestly give too much of a shit about politicians. I lean a particular way, but, I don't expect other human beings, anybody else to change or fix my life, right? So that's just a no-go. It's just, my success is dependent on me. But we got a lot of people who are mad, who are angry. Again, it's easy to blame stuff, and I'm a person. I don't. The one thing my pops ever taught me in life was to not give away your power. Like, just to not let somebody have control over the things that you can control, right? So I'm looking at the media. And you can talk about CNN, you can talk about Fox News, and there was a point like when the whole Rona thing was going, like I would watch both of them and a little bit of MSNBC, they were like third place, and it was just to see how they were covering stories and stuff. And we know that there's a bias on every channel. It's like this, of course, right? But I think that's a bigger problem than people really want to acknowledge. Because most people, they're just going to tune into the channel they like. They're going to get the feedback that they want to receive. And they're going to feel right, or they're going to, root for whatever, reinforce the thoughts that they already have. But I think that's really dangerous. Like I talk about echo chambers and, people just repeat the things they want to hear. Like, I don't ever want the den to be that. It's always welcome with, disagreements are important. But what the media does, it uses this false sense of integrity right? Because maybe back in the day, the news used to be honest. You know, they just used to give you the news. Hey, this is what happened. This is the information we have. It wasn't about, hey, well, this terrible thing is going. It was the news, right? You got the information. But now, you know, they're deliberately leaving pieces of information out. They're swaying the conversation. And you may think, oh, it's not a big deal. You know, Americans are stupid. There's a lot of dumb Americans, right? It just is what it is. Y'all know some. I know some. Some of us might be some, right? But the thing is, when you're impacting millions of people, right? It's not just those direct. You say, oh, it's only a couple of million. You know, it's like 300 plus million. Well, those people have friends. Those people have associations. And they spread the disingenuous information, right? And it impacts people. More than just the people that are watching. And it's happening on both sides. And without honest information, how do you make real, rational judgments? You can't. And so I'm looking at the things that are happening. You know, we can talk about the George Floyd and, you know, certain outlets, they're going to give you all the information. Hey, you know, there was a little criminal history. There was some issues that were going on. This is kind of what took place. Here's the video. Here's whatever. But then you may have an outlet that has a narrative that they need to push, and they'll never mention any of these things, right? And they'll never mention how things went about. It's just, you know, attacked. You know, let's talk about liberal media, right? We'll get on both sides. But let's talk about liberal media, right? And what they do, and especially I think it's super disingenuous, being a black man, you know, black folks, they lean super liberal, and they eat the shit up. But what happens is, they know who's watching, they know who's paying attention. It's easy to get, black people are emotional. It's easy to get them fucking riled up, right? It takes nothing. So we'll take this instance, you know, we'll take a small clip or whatever it may be, and the cops did it again. They fucking are murdering niggas in the streets. We got to stop them, right? Right? No context, really, a lot of the times. And people get riled up, people get enraged, people get mad, and, you know, again, when the news only shares the stories of what white cops shoot, kill, hurt, whatever, black people. But it's a lot of this white on white shit going on. It's a lot of white people that are getting killed by cops too, right? Every year. But the thing is, you know, as a black person, you hear, oh, it doesn't happen to white people. But it does. But the news doesn't talk about it. The media doesn't talk about it. They have the information. They have the same outlet to say, hey, this Caucasian gentleman got killed by law enforcement the same way, you know, this black gentleman got killed by law enforcement. But do they ever share those stories? You never hear them. You got to go fucking digging for them, right? You got to go unearth some shit to find this out. But it doesn't fit the narrative, right? Why wouldn't they tell those stories? Why wouldn't they share that? Would having this information make people start thinking a little bit more reasonably? Start making more maybe rational judgments and decisions? Like, do they want people acting irrationally? I absolutely think so. And the reason why you want people to act irrationally, if I'm the media, if I am a news outlet, is, well, it keeps me in business. I can look, hey, this crazy shit is happening, these fucking crazy riots. We're not going to talk about these fires that are burning down, these fucking, land hurricanes happening in Iowa. We're going to talk about this shit that's going to get people riled up and affected, even though some of this other shit is going to affect the country just as much, if not more, right? Because what was it, like over half the crops or something? Like, I was like big on what, like corn or some shit, corn and I think pigs. And they were talking about like how much they've lost, you know, in that little incident. Nobody talks about that. There's going to be an impact in the future, trust me. So be prepared, stock up, store up, and maybe change your fucking eating habits. But like I say, it's disingenuous, and it creates a perpetual cycle. I blame the media for the situation that just happened with the two law enforcement, like it was in California, I believe, that they got shot, right? Because if you're constantly playing this message, niggas are getting gunned down in droves and everything. The matter of fact, they hyped the one about the dude who just came. Like, I saw that, but I'd have shot that nigga. Like, a lot of these people, if this was a civilian on civilian situation, like, I'd have shot them for a lot less. I don't shoot people. Hey, but hypothetically, I would have. So I don't blame certain scenarios. Not just certain things. Again, everything's a case by case basis. But like the dude comes running out of the fucking house with a goddamn, mow his fucking ass down. And I'm not justifying this dumb shit, but the media, another black man killed by innocent, he didn't have a gun, but he had a fucking knife. He had a weapon. We're not going to talk about that. You got to pay attention, like semantics. You got to pay attention to the word games that people play. Like, all of this is very important. But what is it? Most Americans have like a fifth grade reading level and an eighth grade education on average, something like that. It's something off the wall, right? Well, most of these people aren't going to think critically anyway. Most of these people are just going to take what the box tells them, because a lot of people have been raised on that box. And, well, you can be raised on different kinds of boxes, but I may have been raised on multiple boxes. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, raised on the TV, and the TV tells them this, now it's the phone, now it's the whatever. And now the shit is so convoluted, people don't know where to go. And I was talking, I believe we were just in the Discord just slightly before the stream. And I was saying, I believe that older people are more susceptible to falling to this stuff, because I feel like back in the day, there was a trust with the news anchor. There was an expectation of honesty and, clear-cut information. Now, you still see it. You kind of have that subtle expectation, subconsciously, but in reality, it's not there. It's pure manipulation. I mean, all you got to do is sit and watch, right? And again, look at when big stories. This is the easiest way to figure it out. It's like when a big story happens or something major happens, go watch all of the cable news networks or whatever, and see what they're saying. And again, this is Fox included, right? And I'm gonna get to why I'm saying Fox is included too, because they have their own bias, they have their own narrative to push. It is what the fuck it is. But something happened. And I retweeted it earlier. And damn it, I just looked at her name. Harris Faulkner, right? And I put her on the thumbnail. And she had a guest on, and I think Newt Gingrich was on there. And Newt started going off the rails talking about, BLM and George Soros, right? And when he said George Soros, it's like the host froze up, like, oh, did he just say the no word? And then the guest was like, we don't need to talk about George. We're not going to talk about George. We don't have to bring him into this. And I'm looking at this, right? And I'm like, well, what is going on right now? And I devised a couple of things in my head, right? George Soros got long bread, like long money. You don't want to go to court and battle with that, right? Like you don't want to deal with that. Like even if you're in the right, if your money's right, like you can. And you're willing to pay, you know what I'm saying? You draw a lot of people draw these fucking cases out to where a person runs out of money or they can't afford to continue to try. Like, he's got enough money. If he's wasting on motherfuckers, busting them all over the place and having them acting up, he has enough money to fight a long court case. And I'm sure that's something that they may not want to deal with, right? Even if it is or isn't slander or whatever. This is speculation. So maybe they don't want to deal with that. But you talk about everybody else. So why is George Soros off limits, right? And the way their faces looked, the demeanor, you could obviously tell that the producers were telling Harris something in her ear. She was here because she just kind of froze, but you could tell she was like in a listening state. And then, sure, we're gonna move on to the next segment or whatever. Why? If this is truly what's going on, why are we hushing Newt Gingrich, right? Why are we not trying to say like, are the powers that be that powerful? And it could be, right? Who knows? But again, they're all, in my opinion, they're all disingenuous. The game is to make money. Like it's not about providing information. Now it's about, I want to say I'm the number one network. I want to say that I'm making money and whatever else is going on, right? And pushing my agenda. So you gotta I might end up. Hey, look, if you ever hear Honcho off, that's a fucking lie. I love myself too much for that. But the thing is, like, why? What's going on, man? And like, how do the people get honest, genuine information? Because it seems like that's no longer available, right? And again, and we can think of all these little smaller outlets too. There's some independent outlets that are clearly going in one direction. It is what it is, and I think certain people subscribe to it because that's what they want to hear, or you want to hear that angle on it. So I'm not necessarily mad at them, but I think that journalistic integrity is what it was used to be called. That no longer exists, right? Now it's pure manipulation, it's pure agenda, it's pure bullshit. and it's going to cause a lot of detriment in the long run, especially to these kids, because a lot of y'all, as soon as a kid pop out, I see fucking 1 year olds can't fucking talk, can't do shit, knowing how to operate a fucking phone and having a phone in their hand, barely walking, phone in their hand, and parents just feeding, so that phone will have more power than the parents, and most parents don't even realize that. Like I think it's fucking stupid. I'm super anti little kids with electronics. Even though the little one has one, super restricted. Like it's just, and you can say, well, restriction makes people like, yeah, as you get older and you mature, you get more freedoms. But I'd be goddamn, I'm simply letting a little kid loose with some fucking electronics, and y'all wonder why shit happens. That's your fucking fault. But a couple of the points I want to make, and then I want to open up the lines. I want to get your thoughts on the media, how you feel about things. Maybe situations that you've noticed, maybe things that you've come across. And I apologize, I have not been eyeing the chat for a reason. But I'm gonna get back there and scroll back and see whatever I may have missed. But I want to know how you feel about the media. Like, do you trust the media? And if I'm not mistaken, there was a poll. It might have been a few months back that I think a lot of Americans have lost faith in the media. To be honest, you know what I mean. So I want to talk about that, but a couple other things, right? So did y'all see the Black Lives Matter lady creator, whatever? All y'all out here hollering BLM. I hope y'all know she feels like y'all are worshiping her, because she thinks she's some type of occult goddess. She like she out there painting herself in gold, and she's into some real weird shit. But hey, if that's y'all's leader, because not mine, y'all know I'm not with the BLM organization in any form or fashion. If that's what y'all want to get down with, that's cool. Just walking around naked, painting herself in gold and putting jewels on, and out there, and I'm gonna say something I probably wasn't supposed to say on YouTube. Anyway, so that was very interesting. There was something else that took place. There was something else that took place I want to talk about real quick, and then we're gonna open up the. Oh, man, look, bro. Like, I get it. Some people are of the nonviolence persuasion. I'm a person that believes that violence is a necessary tool. You know what I'm saying? But did you see the lady? I think she was in New York, out there jogging, black lady jogging, and coming across this crosswalk. A random old white lady like throws a fucking bottle at her. And I believe it was a glass bottle, because I know I heard it break. So I'm sure it wasn't a very common. The lady just turned on, what's wrong with you? And the white lady's cussing her out, calling her nigger, go back to where you came from. I'm like, look, bro, I don't give a fuck how old that I'd have rolled that bitch down the street, dog. You threw some glass at me. You fucking threw a bottle. You got to get rolled. Like, you knew what the fuck you was doing. That's on you, pimp. Like, and if you got a son or a kid, a husband, anybody, you line them up, because I'd be goddamn. Like I said, I love myself too much just to be letting anybody be getting no fucking free licks on me. You know what I'm saying? I will give you a fair warning, but shit, if I ain't got time to give you one of you to assault me, I feel like I'm in danger. Somebody going down, it's not gonna be me. Y'all may say that's fucked up, but shit, the bitch shouldn't have threw the shit. We like the first rule of fucking kindergarten: fucking hands feeding objects to yourself. The bitch ain't keep the objects to herself. She would have got what was coming to her. But the lady just jogged off like it wasn't nothing. So I find that real odd. And you had people coming out the woodwork. Oh, it's staged. Nobody wants to deliberately be known as a fucking racist. And I don't think anybody would stage something like that. So, aside from that, I think that is pretty much what I wanted to. I'm gonna drag up a little bit early today, because I got something I got to do it right at 3. So I'll probably be about 15 to 20 minutes early. We'll end the stream today. But like I said, let me stop bullshitting. Let me get the line open. Let's get some calls in. Look, Jack, if you want to support the channel, super chats are loved and appreciated. But Streamlabs and Cash App is preferred. And Honcho ENT, Streamlabs, the link is in the description. And what is the other thing I meant to say? It was something else I was supposed to say. People tell me I don't promote enough. I don't say these things enough, so I got to make sure I'm on that. Yeah. If you want to be a part of the digital meet and greet on Saturday night at 10 p.m. Central, we're going to do it like around the time like we used to do Old Den, so it's going to be a later evening thing. Let me know in the Discord. It's a maximum of 25 people to be in a video chat, and I think we already have about 8 or 9 folks that are already confirmed. They got their little roles and everything so that they can be a part of it. Again, so once we reach 25, we're going to cap it out at that. If you want to be a part of that, let me know so I can put that role on your Discord account. And again, if you're going to be in there, you have to be on camera. We're going to have some fun, play some games, and some wild stuff. And I don't know. But anyway, so if you want to be a part of that, make sure you let me know, and I will get you fixed in the Discord. And then it might be a / meet and greet. I think we may do something Sunday in the Discord because it's my birthday on Sunday. Rashida's birthday is on Monday, so we may have us a little. Well, we'll celebrate till 11:59, and I'm just delete the whole Discord so nobody tells Rashida happy birthday. I think that's what we'll do. That sounds real good to me. Give me a second to get the line open, and no, I don't. Son of a bitch. I don't want to do that. Pardon me, y'all. I fucking set the wrong thing. I forgot I changed the dilly dally. So I went back old school to the old mic. Let's try that again. Let's try this. Not you. You. There we go. All right, cool. I don't. What the fuck? Goofy bitch. What the fuck is this? Why is it not showing this option? Give me a second, because it's only showing the other mic as the option to use. This is the microphone to share. Yes, remember this decision. Fucking talking about that's crazy. Give me a second. I'm saying some crazy stuff. We'll get this properly regulated. I think we good to go. All right, we'll see. We'll test it out. If not, we'll get it figured. And the number 855-948-0369. Make sure you call. I guess you can text. I've been real bad. I have not been texting any of the text messages like in the last month or so. Okay. Interesting. Well, let me respond to this. Damn, I don't know these old messages. But yeah, so I'll eventually reply to some of those. I guess would be the appropriate thing to do, right? And let's slide this over here. And let me see what y'all in here talking about. Rashida go hang up with my phone. Shit, Rashida ain't hanging shit up over here. Oh, my bad. Do I not have the bot activated? I know you look. I don't want Sweetberry to run up on me for no pistachios and shit. You feel me? Let me see. Where I'm at. Let me scroll back to the top, see what I missed. Who was on 8-day unemployment? What's going on? What am I missing? Oh shit. Oh shit. Hold on. Make sure you can hear me. I'm over here looking at the thing, got the ring on. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this afternoon? Oh, let me make sure it can hear me. Hold on. It might be. Let me see if I got to do it like this. Hold on. Hello.
What's good with it?
Okay, yeah, I got to use that one. All right, bet that. Man, prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind? First, I got a question, man. Because I was thinking about you earlier today. It's got to be real close to that time, huh?
Yes, sir. 4 days away.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
4 days away.
Congratulations. I know you're looking forward to that. Extending the fam. Okay. So what's on your mind, Mr. Prepaid? How you feeling about the mainstream media?
All right. First and foremost, is today your birthday?
No, it's on Sunday. When we get our ass kicked by the Ravens,
okay.
Then I'm gonna turn down for a little bit, then I'm gonna turn up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take care of you today because I don't think it's gonna turn out how you want to on Sunday.
Oh well, no, I've already accepted all the negativity with the Ravens, so it is what it is.
I personally won't be watching. I'm dealing with Cap. Anytime we play somebody good, I'm dealing with Cap. So I've seen enough in America. I've seen enough. So yeah, I'm gonna take care of you today because I can't do it on Sunday. It's gonna be a fucking no go for me.
Okay.
Man, Honcho, bro, this subject is really starting to just eat at me, bro, because the George Soros thing. Okay, first of all, let's back up. Newt Gingrich got to the point, y'all, where he's so motherfucking old, the filter is gone. It's over. They talked to Newt. They told Newt's old ass before they started. Don't you mention that old Jewish motherfucker Newt? Don't you mention him? I got you. And guess what he did? As soon as they turned their motherfucking head, Newt disputed out here. Mm-hmm. The reason why stuff like people like George Soros and talking about the political power and the financial power that he's given to BLM and Antifa and all these groups is because 90% of America, they kind of think it, they don't want to know it. Mm-hmm. They do not want to know it. If black people were to understand and be able to, how would I put this? If black people would know the real motive behind the white liberal, it would tear down everything we've been taught. It would literally fuck their mind up. So Fox News, who has a platform to where they should be telling you what's really going on in America, they can't. Because they know how destructive that would be. They know how destructive that would be. The day that black people wake up and realize that we ain't victims is the day that majority of white people are going to lose their income. Because now all of a sudden motherfuckers say, you know what? I'm finna go out here and go get it. You know what? This motherfucker not smarter than me. He ain't not working me. Why is he my boss? Well, if he can start to come, I'm going to go start my own company. They can't have that. So Fox News is only going to give their news to those who are here to consume Fox News, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. They not going to break any stories. They don't want nothing that's eye-opening. So Newton got too old. The truth of the matter is, that's probably the last time y'all going to see Newt Gingrich. Yeah. He's done. They not putting him on no other social media platform. I mean, on no type of news platforms anymore. Because he got a little bit of what Joe Biden got. Yeah. If y'all see Joe Biden, that's why Joe Biden's giving you all these gaps. He's too motherfucking old to have that filter. So that's why he's going to do a whole bunch of racist shit. He's going to say some racist shit. He's going to laugh it off and say, come on, guys. Come on, man. You know what I mean? This motherfucker went on the thing and played the motherfucking message. So I don't know what it's called. You know,
Despacito.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, black. See, a lot of y'all ain't from the South. If it's one thing y'all know about us, niggas love Mexicans. These are people. We fuck with them. So that little song come on in the hood club, we all in the whole dance. We soft and down. I'm not finna go play that shit on my phone on national TV, bro. Come on, dog. Enough is enough. Now, the fucked up part about it is that Joe Biden don't realize niggas give you a long leash. Hispanics not fucking with you with that. No. They not finna play that shit. Holmes, what are you doing, Holmes? No pandering? Like, bro, they not finna play that shit. So that's why Joe Biden do the things he do, because he's to the age to where the filter then finally came off. I'm telling y'all right now, bro, if they do enough debates and they do enough campaigning, Joe Biden will fuck around and call somebody a nigger on national TV. Fucking nigger. I'm telling you, he goes, goddamn nigger. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why Nancy don't want him to debate.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, that's what happens when people get old. Like, before my grandfather passed, man, bruh, he would say some of the most wild shit. You be like, dog, grandpa's out here wild. That nigga in the garage drinking Heineken, you'll hear anything come out this nigga mouth. I'm talking about anything. So that's how it is when it comes to these old white people, bruh. The thing that blows my mind is, okay, as a person who consumes the news, and, you know, of course I'm smart to put two and two together, I don't expect CNN to give President Trump praise. I'm fine with that. I get it. I know that if you bash him, that's y'all race. Because if y'all don't know this, man, before 2016, CNN was a dying market. It was on its way out. Trump is the Trump bump saved CNN. A lot of people don't know that. Don Lemon, the reason why Don Lemon's where he is because he talks bad about Trump, gets sassy, do a neck roll, and people like, yeah, Don. That's why he has his career. The crazy part about it is, Honcho, me and you around the same age. Since we was kids, we been talking about peace in the Middle East. Peace in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Trying to bring these countries together. Sometimes it's an amazing peace agreement, and these motherfuckers went on CNN and said, why is President Trump shaking hands with people during a global pandemic? They didn't say nothing about the peace treaty. These motherfuckers have been blowing each other up for the last 60, 70 years, chopping heads off. They don't. How you don't even acknowledge a motherfucker as a country? These niggas live 10 minutes away. We don't acknowledge them. They are not people. You be like, wait, what? Of course they are not humans. I'm like, dog, this is rough out here. You know what I'm saying? So, from a historical standpoint, these peace treaties are getting signed, and the youth don't know anything about it.
Correct.
My kids don't. I ask them, they hear about it. They don't know nothing about it. The school ain't teaching them about it. On none of the social media platforms, they don't post none of this shit. It is to the point where it is pathetic. I don't care if you are Democrat or Republican. The things that matter in America shouldn't be bipartisan. It should matter to everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a peace treaty. It's peace in the Middle East. And the next thing that really blew my mind when it came to the media was, I don't know if y'all caught on to it, if y'all seen the piece about Andrew Gillum. Wow. Wow.
I hadn't seen. I've heard some nuggets and some tips. I was like, I ain't gonna say that because I hadn't seen enough of it. But what are your thoughts on that?
The pieces that I've seen, Honcho, are flat out heartbreaking, man. First and foremost, black men in America got it harder than just about anybody. I mean, motherfucking dog outside right now got more shade than the black man in America. You mean to tell me y'all done caught this nigga in the hotel room with a male stripper, a male prostitute with his nipples pierced. They got the meth, they got the coke, they got the butt plugs and all the little weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? All that shit going on. He done shitted on himself, threw up everywhere. And he gonna come out here and tell y'all he ain't gay, he bisexual. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is where and then everybody love to say they're not pushing some agenda. They ain't pushing some gay agenda. I said, bro, y'all finna see for y'allself. Andrew Gillum is finna be the face of gay politics. And the fucked up part about it is, if it was me, a married man, father of three, if they caught me in the hotel room with some prostitutes, methamphetamine, coke, all kind of strap-ons and all that type of shit, dog, I gotta come out and tell them people I'm out here getting coked up and I like crystal milk. Yep. This nigga told us he went to rehab for alcohol. Bitch, wow. You wasn't drunk?
Wow.
They got needles in the room, and you gonna come out here and tell us you've never done crystal milk. You've never did crack. You never did cocaine. You've never done none of these drugs. All you did was you just drinking. How dumb do you think we are? How much 1942 you had today, bro? Come on, man. I done been so drunk I done fucked around trying to sleep inside of a mailbox. I ain't never woke up with no damn male prostitute and a whole bunch of dildos in the room.
No.
Come on, man, stop that. And the crazy part about it is the media is telling us we have to accept him. We have to accept him back with open arms because this is who he is. He's speaking his truth and he's putting power. When he says, I'm putting words to power. Nigga, you got 3 kids, fam. Yeah. This is why I hate the media. When you get on CNN or you get in front of these white folks saying, I'm a bisexual man. I am not gay. I love my wife and my kids. Your kids finna go to school and they finna say, this your daddy? Your daddy's a fag. Yeah. And they finna beat your son up. And they finna clown your daughter for the rest of the time. And they gonna have to bounce around suits because they gonna always be known as the nigga who was in there getting piped by motherfucking Mark Wahlberg here with the nigga ring. And we're supposed to accept this shit. And as a black man in America trying to raise kids, I'm supposed to accept this shit. Come on, man.
I got a question for you, though, Prepaid. I got a question for you. Why are there no prominent straight black men in the Democratic Party?
Correct. And the crazy part about it is, I was gonna bring that point up, and it's like, think about it. Where are they? You mean to tell me 90? What they say? Between 95 and 98% of black people vote Democrat, right?
Correct.
You mean to tell me y'all ain't got nobody who like women, who don't want a butt plug? Y'all ain't got nobody who's just a regular black man, just a regular motherfucker, an average, everyday 9 to 5. I work hard, take care of my family, trying to do the right thing. You ain't got nobody else, because that was the problem with Obama. We got Obama, but Obama was too perfect of a nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Obama's in a circle to where no other nigga can reach what he achieved because look at the people he's surrounded with. I don't know niggas who both got Ivy League education, him and his wife. I don't know anybody like that. I don't know any black people who, when they died, his grandmother left him $500,000 in inheritance. I don't know niggas like that. Them niggas don't exist in my world. And I work in corporate America. These niggas just don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, like, okay, like, for example, if Obama is the best we have to offer, and let's say that's grade A, how in the fuck did we get grade Z over here with Andrew Gillum? This the heir apparent? This is the heir apparent. I'm going to say something today, man. Oh, what's today? What's today's date? What, September the 17th, something like that?
Yes, sir.
September 17th. I'm saying right now, I want everybody to remember this conversation. The Democratic ticket, because Trump's going to win, the next Democratic ticket going to have Pete Buttigieg and Andrew Gillum on it. That's going to be your future president and vice president. That's who's running next time. I'm telling you. They're going to find a way to put them two together. You got the white gay liberal who cry about everything and apologize for everything, and you got the black fag who we know gay, got the wife and kids for a show, but he gonna tell y'all he bisexual. So now they put all these exclusion groups all into one. Now the white liberal will accept them for what it is and say this is where it's at. The blacks is where the problem gonna come from because we know it ain't right. Are y'all gonna tell me that let's vote Andrew Gillum because of representation? He looks like us. I ain't never been fucking the ass in the hotel room, and it's never gonna happen. I can tell you right now, it's never gonna happen. You can't give me a drink, a piece of food. My life ain't never the gutter. It's never gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I'm telling y'all that. It's impossible. No. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we're headed, bro. Sure. This is where we're headed. All those straight black men who were coming up. In fact, Vernon Jones would have been a great face for the Democratic Party. That's the one who came out in Georgia and said that he's voting for Trump. But he went to HBCU, married, kids, the whole nine. They got rid of his motherfucking ass. He just came out and said Trump's the best candidate. That nigga's canceled.
Oh, yeah.
They looking for that nigga right now to beat him up. He's done.
Yeah, they finna ride in front of his house as soon as they find it. They finna be on the lawn, camped out, signs and shit.
They finna burn all his shit down. I'm talking about the dog, cat, everybody dead. As soon as they find where that nigga at, he's done with. Bro, it's a problem. In my personal opinion, the media is the number one enemy of the people. I've been saying it for years on it. It's the number one enemy of the people. There is a inherited problem in America. It's the media. So if you can spend a motherfucker with 3 kids and married, coming on TV and telling you that he ain't do none of them drugs, he was just drunk, and he's not gay, he's bisexual, no one should feel comfortable enough to go on national TV and say shit like that. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody.
They didn't already seal the deal. Nigga gave him all the promises he needs, so he just go out there and say some of this bullshit. You know, about 4 years from now, you're gonna be at the top of the ticket, and it's gonna be water under the bridge. Shit, I mean, and we can look at Jesse, and that shit was obvious, and everybody accepted that. So I don't see nothing different. Niggas willing to accept anything for some representation.
At one point, is enough for us, though? That's my question. At what point is enough enough? Are y'all tired of these motherfuckers making fun of y'all to y'all face? I'm tired of it. Yeah. It's to the point where I can't even fuss with the news. I can't do it. This motherfucker signed a historic peace treaty, and they talking about why he's shaking hands. What else is they gonna do after he signed a peace treaty of this magnitude? They're gonna text each other from across the room? Come on, man.
That would be the modern way, but we all grew up. Hey, you seal a deal with a handshake. That's just how you do it.
It's the same media who's trying to find ways to try to justify that shit on Netflix called Cuties. They trying to us. I mean, it's bad, but it ain't bad. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, them if we're trying to flip the script, talking about, it's really a look into why little girls are over hypersexual. You're the one fucking doing it. So how are you saying it's a look into it when you the one fucking doing it?
If they had something, we gonna give y'all a look inside the opioid epidemic. We gonna show you how motherfuckers is doing the crystal meth. Kids crystal meth in the back of the U-Haul truck. White people would have came down there and burnt that shit down. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't show me like that. You tell us. Yeah. You tell us. You could have told us, hey man, these kids are being sexualized. I agree. Yeah. Don't come on here and make no movie about that shit. I don't want to see no 11-year-old throwing no ass, bro. What's wrong with y'all?
Motherfuckers are sick. The one I'm most living with in this situation, the parents. It's like, how do you fucking
Yeah.
let your kid? I cannot believe that there is a father anywhere involved in that. Because if so, he needs to be hung. If you would let your daughter do some shit like that, your ass need to be hung.
But Hunter, look at the direction we're going in, man. By us doing this whole fake free spirited, do whatever you like. If it feels good, you should do it. You're free. You're free. You're free. Now the pedophilia they done made their way. California, they gave them the voice. And before y'all know, it's 2020 right now. By 2025, it's gonna be 46-year-olds marrying 14-year-olds around this motherfucker. They gonna go to whatever state they gotta go. They gonna pay whatever amount they gotta pay. And before you know it, niggas will be like, damn, bro, my 16-year-old daughter is being courted by a 39-year-old.
Shit.
This man, I won't be saying it because y'all know me. I shoot first and text later, so that's not gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
But for majority of y'all out here, a lot of y'all are scared that to beat anybody up. Y'all scared to shoot somebody. I'm mowing niggas down just on a random Tuesday, just because Taco Tuesday. I've been to kill 6 niggas.
I feel
Right.
you. Straight up.
Other people decide 6 people. It can happen any Tuesday. That's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to die for mine, so that's just me. The video you seen of old girl who was running the white lady through the glass, I don't know if it's staged or not, but the idea of you throwing anything at me, this is what happened to black people. Y'all stop fighting. I don't know why y'all stop fighting. There was once a time white people were scared of us. Y'all can't fight no more. Y'all get on social media complain.
Exactly.
She threw that at me, and guess what? She got hit with that kicking combo. I'd have knocked. Let me tell you something right now, boy. I'd have knocked the smooth out of motherfucking shoes. I'd have beat up Miss Linda. I'd have beat up Miss Linda till the real cops came and got me and put me in the back of the car. I'd have whooped her 45 minutes straight.
You feel me?
I'm telling you, I don't play that because look how comfortable people are doing this type of shit. Look at how comfortable you are doing this type of shit. And if it is staged, look at where this country done got to. If this country is as bad as y'all said it was, why motherfuckers is staging hate hoaxes? The media tell y'all America is that racist. You can't go to the grocery store without people throwing stuff at you. Okay. Yeah, man. Shit's all fucked up. I'll say to the younger generation, anybody under the age of 30, y'all wasn't able to see what the media, what the news was built for, to provide accurate and trusted sources and give you actual news. Not everything is microwave to where they got to give it to you immediately. They knew that motherfucking Lancaster had that big ass Michael Myers knife. They knew that shit. They gonna go out here and ride anyway. We don't need body camera to see that big ass knife in his hand. The cop shouldn't have shot him. What the fuck else is you gonna do? He's out here chasing. This nigga is out here chasing these motherfuckers with a fucking butcher knife. That nigga look like Michael Myers turned that corner.
You feel me? He'd have been laid down because the cop. I think the cop was too lenient. He kind of turned a little bit first, then turned back around and popped. It wouldn't have been there now. Let's go ahead.
This nigga ran. What you running for? Okay, here's the thing. Let's say the cop ran, right? And let's say, for example, family, he run after the cop, and let's say an innocent bystander was walking the sidewalk. You don't think he gonna stab an innocent bystander? Now y'all talking about the cop job, man. Look, as soon as that nigga come out the house with that Michael Myers knife, get that. You heard that theme song? Put as many bullets in him as you can. Quick. Send a message. Mow this nigga down. Listen, they gonna tear it up. They gonna ride anyway, bro. They had the Gucci store circled on their motherfucking calendar for years. Let them go out here and tab Gucci. Mow this motherfucker down. Simple as that. Mow him down. Just get it over with. Shoot him up. Put 28 in. If you got 20, put 20 in him, and let's go ahead and send him to go meet his maker. I don't know what to tell y'all at this point. The cop should have tased him. He has a butcher knife, bitch. A butcher knife. That knife was so motherfucking long on the worst camera phone in America. You can see that long ass blade. No, thank you. No, thank you. Slow people. Start being. Ride and don't work. Listen, y'all going out here, y'all tan them, throw Molotov cocktails. That shit don't work. Start beating people up. Start beating people up and start shooting these motherfuckers. That's the only way I can tell you. That's the best advice I got for you. Huncho, you got anything else for me, bro?
Mr. Prepaid, no sir, but early congratulations, and man, as soon as everything takes place, as soon as you get to New Edition, the Den folk want to know. We definitely waiting and attentive to find out, man.
Gotcha, man. Thank y'all so much, bro. Happy early birthday, just in case for some odd reason out here and shoot Bill O'Brien. So
Hey, you gonna have to beat me to it, man.
fuck it. If I catch that fight, I mean that with all my heart.
Oh man, you were just talking about beat niggas up. Hey, that's number one on my list. Shit, you got to get up out of you tripping.
Straight up, bro. Give me a holler, man.
All right, Prepaid man. I appreciate the call, man. You have a good afternoon. All right. Shout out to Prepaid, man. Always good to hear from Mr. Prepaid. And hold on one second. And beyond the funny, you asked about it would be death. It would not be like I'm telling y'all think what was that movie? It's because of the way he handles always in the back of my head. The law-abiding citizen. It would be some law-abiding citizen level shit. All right, let's take this call. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the DN this afternoon.
What's up? It's John from New York.
John from New York, my favorite New Yorker. How you doing this afternoon, sir?
Better than Cardi B and Offset. Womp womp.
That's funny, man. You don't have to blame me for that, John. This is all your fault. You know, you made her wake up and realize where she went wrong in life. She saw the video. I know she saw it. She's like, John from New York called me a simp. And she had to reevaluate her whole thought process. And then she's like, fuck that, I can't go out like that, you know. And so she divorced him. So that's all on you, John. You know, I'm calling TMZ and everything. I'm giving them the footage. So, you know, you're about to be real famous for that.
Well, you know what? I'm delighted that I was able to help a woman, you know, better herself and move on and realize what her true worth is. And soon she'll forget about Offset and marry some rich white guy, and everyone will call her a sellout the way that she called Candace a sellout. So I'm extremely happy that I was able to help someone better their life.
You're a saint, John. You're doing the Lord's work.
Yes. Oh man. Hey, what did Charlie Brown's teacher say to him in class?
Womp womp.
Wah, 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 wah. Now here's my question. Why is it called WAP and not WAP? Because it's cap, bat, cap, zap, trap. Like, why is it not called WAP? Why is it called WAP?
That's really interesting. I have no idea. We know, well, if Cardi wrote the song or made the song, she's not the greatest English speaker. So, you know, maybe she offered the suggestion, they just went with it. You know, like, it's just, all right, whatever you say, Mrs. B.
Could we talk about the real reason why they got divorced? Because she's blowing up right now and she's making more money than Offset, and she doesn't want Offset to divorce her in 2 or 3 years from now, and that way she has to pay him alimony, you know, male alimony. So between the business move of that and him probably not treating her too well, that's a big part of the reason. And then also when she came for Candace's husband, this was ripping her apart. I don't think Offset was anywhere to be seen to defend his lady. So I think that was some red writing on the wall, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
So you know, whatever. You know, hopefully they both move on and do bigger and better things and learn from this experience.
Like I say, it's probably for the best of everybody involved, and hopefully, you know, the kid isn't scarred. Like, I feel bad for the celebrity kids. They get caught up with their parents. Usually, a bunch of goofballs. They just get caught up in shit, and everybody knows their business. You know, you're just born famous. It's a terrible situation to be in.
Yeah. So, in regards to the topic, the media is a huge problem.
Yes.
Great call by Prepaid. He touched on a lot of wonderful, factual things, in my opinion. What avenue are you taking in regards to this topic right now?
You know, my deal is that I think at one point in time the media was held to a standard. There was integrity. Now it's all about the agenda. I mean, you have news outlets deliberately withholding information and deceiving people, you know, because I think that subconsciously there's that, what do they call it? I forgot the proper phrase, but basically, you know, when you watch the news, you kind of suspend, you know, your defenses. You expect to get accurate news. You expect to get truthful information. So I think a lot of people watch these news outlets and think that they've been fed and they're being told what is truthful, but not realizing that this is just part of the agenda. And I think everybody does it. And then we kind of spoke about the the Newt Gingrich thing. I don't know if you had a chance to see that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. They were so caught off guard, and I don't know why they even acted the way they did. They should have let him say what he had to say. People have the freedom of free speech, freedom of an opinion. The opinion might make them look like an ass, but hey, they should be entitled to have an opinion. If people can come on TV and say, I think everything should be free and white supremacy this and black people that, and make a fool of themselves, this guy can't say, I think someone is funding all of this. I mean, I think that it was ridiculous that they cut him off. But in regards to the media lies because the media is just a collective group of human beings. So they're really just an extension of us. People lie, people cheat, people steal. There are people out there that don't have good morals. And the reality is that, I've always said this, the media is not in the business of printing news. The media is in the business of printing money. They're a business. And now, more than ever, clout chasing is the thing. I need to get clicks. I need to get likes. I need to get advertisers by any means necessary. And that's a big part of the downfall. So the reality is that the media doesn't even believe what they're saying, because they'll say Trump is horrible. Oh, how could you help big businesses when you know it's the people, the everyday people that work hard, and the employees are the backbone of the business, which they are. And you preach this fucking kumbaya, my lord, let's help the cripples. And yet people just seem to overlook that these major corporations that push the news out, they're big businesses. They're multi-billion-dollar businesses that benefit from all of Trump's tax cuts. They benefit from all the quote-unquote loopholes that he pushes for the for taxes. But yet they're going to sit here and tell us that Donald Trump hates the American people and he's only in it for big business to help enrich himself. Well, what are all these fucking outlets like CNN and MSNBC and Fox? How are they benefiting from his tax cuts? A lot. They're benefiting in every single way possible, but yet they're going to tell us that he's bad for big business. Okay? I mean, wake the fuck up. It's kind of like do as I say, not as I do. Like Joe Biden will come on and say it was horrible what happened to Jacob Blake. No man should have to go through that. Sure. Just like just like you think Hunter shouldn't get in trouble for taking billions of dollars from China to sit on the board of an oil company who don't know a goddamn fucking thing about oil. The man wasn't even conscious because he was so high on fucking crack. So give me a goddamn break. You would never tell your kids to behave the way that these people, not all, but most of the people in these videos are behaving. You would never tell your kids to do most of the things that these people are doing on social media, but yet you'll come out with a straight face and say, we should allow people to have, freedom to this and freedom to that. But you would never allow your kids to do it. You wouldn't want your friends' kids to be doing it. You don't want it in your neighborhood. You don't want it anywhere within your extended family. But somehow you're going to preach to us about how everyone should be looked at as an individual, which to an extent is true, but not the way they're saying it. So it's do as I say, not as I do. Fucking Nancy Pelosi was like, oh, I got tricked into going to the hair salon. Come on. You got tricked.
That should be a sign right there.
Just admit it.
You're paying attention. Like, if that's your leadership and they can't accept accountability for their actions, you know what I mean? Something so simple as violating your own protocol and go and get your hair done. Not wearing a mask and all this stuff. But like you said, they'll point the finger at Trump and everybody else. But it's like, if that's your leadership, you should question that. Like, she can't say, hey, you know what? I made a bad mistake. I made a decision. I put people in danger. If that's what you believe. Instead, it was they owe me an apology. Like, the audacity. Like, to me, that's outrageous. But people's biases are going to continue to let them be blind to that.
Yeah, and the media is what's the saying? They're stroking the flames of the fire. Is that how it goes? Mm-hmm. They're whatever. They're putting gasoline on a fire. They're giving the fire more air, more substance to burn by the way that they report it. And not only that, because I think every story should have its opportunity to be reported on. We should be able to see both sides of an argument. But the issue is they're not promoting both sides of the argument. They'll give the person who is making the least amount of sense or making the most unrealistic point, 90% of the airtime, or they'll give them 90% of a push, and then they'll give the other person who's making sense or who has a more feasible plan moving forward 10% of the 10% of the airtime. And that's what annoyed. And that's one thing that I remember from Trump back in 2015 during his primary campaign. And he made a comment about the media. He says what the media does is they put people on TV that they match people up when it comes to talking about a topic where they'll move a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. They don't put two people on TV that are able to sway the conversation all the way to one side, because that of it. Politicians don't make money by solving problems. They make money by problems being there and then telling you that they're going to solve them, and they never do. That's how they make their money. Then they start sending up all these charitable donations where only 10% of the money actually goes to the cause, if that. And there's this whole, then then the media has something to chew on and spit back out to you. It's all a scam. 99% of the problems that we talk about in life could easily be solved.
No, I agree.
Okay, 99% of the problems they talk about aren't nearly as big of a problem as the media makes it out to be. But I've always said this: they'll never put somebody on TV who keeps it too real, because when you keep it real, you squash the whole argument 1, 2, 3, and that's not good for business.
I agree. And that's the thing, because they appreciate the love prepaid and panned up. It's just bag blown out by John Cena. That will never not be funny. But yeah, and that's the thing. Again, like I say, and that's why I feel like the people are the ones getting played. And and kind of like but people said, like, when do you say enough is enough? Like, what do you think it's going to take for people to wake up, or do you think it's too far gone? I mean, does the media have too much control? I mean, how do you think that this thing could be resolved, or is it impossible to resolve?
It could be resolved tomorrow if people check their morals and values. But that's not going to happen overnight. If you put people that report the truth, if you put people that are willing to hear both sides, if you put people out there that are willing to give both sides an equal amount of time, if you're going to allow people to actually express their opinions and not shut them down when they disagree with you, we could change it tomorrow. And that's why I said, like, the media is really an extension of the people. Like, when somebody complains about, like, I don't know, some ridiculous offset thing that affects 0.0000001% of the population and tries to push that on TV 24/7 as an agenda, that's not reality. That's the fucked up part. Don Lemon knows what he's doing. Don Lemon knows he's wrong 99% of the time he speaks. But like Prepay said, that's what he gets paid to do. He gets paid to lie to your face.
Exactly.
He gets paid to exploit problems. And he doesn't give a fuck, because he goes home to his all-white neighborhood in his multi-million-dollar mansion, counts his $1 million of money, doesn't go outside in the street and protest with the protesters raising his fist. He don't give a fuck about the truth. He don't give a fuck about white people. He don't give a fuck about black people. He don't give a fuck about anybody in between. He only cares about himself. And you know what? That's how a lot. It's us that suffer, because we're the fucking peasants in the streets who got to deal with this. That's like Colin Kaepernick. Where was he when the fucking protests were happening? I didn't see him anywhere peacefully protesting. Nowhere.
That's a very good point. I did not even think about that.
What did Dave Chappelle tell you? Oh, the streets are speaking. They don't need me. They got this handled. Translation: I got an Asian wife. I'm rich. I'm not black. My name is Dave Chappelle. Fuck you. That's the English translation. What do I look like going out there and having some hater fucking attack me when I got all this money? Fuck you. I ain't going out there. But don't worry. Black power. They're all scam artists. They're all scam artists. They're all fucking liars. And we all know that, but the problem is we're not allowed to counterbalance that on TV. We're not allowed to go on TV and say, look, if you really felt this way, then your actions would back you up. Look, there is a problem here with what you say, but I think you're grossly exaggerating it. Hey, you know what? Even if your dumbass plan were to be put into play, how would you make it feasible? Because it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And it just seems like that isn't allowed anymore. You're not allowed to have a counterbalance point if it's something that is conservative, something that makes sense, something that questions the facts. You're not allowed to have it. That's the point that annoys me.
I agree. And it seems like it's getting worse. You know, it seems like, you know, any little thing, it becomes like, what happened? It was something crazy that they just started saying was racism, like the cuties thing, right? All of a sudden now that's a conservative talking point. You know, this is a conservative hit job on, you know, like you would think people would all be on the same accord. They'd like say, hey, you know, leave the kids out of this. But if people have become so politicized in every little thing, that they'll accept, like you said, they need to check their morals. They're willing to accept shit that they normally, you would think that they normally wouldn't, in the name of defending their politics or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, it's a real wild situation right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you know, it's supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to have free speech. You know, you're supposed to have a Second Amendment. You're supposed to have a Fifth Amendment. You're supposed to have all these amendments. But now it's become like you can only have them when certain people say you can have them. That's how it kind of feels now. You know, it's like it's just it's you know, again, as individuals, as citizens, as civilians, as individuals, we should be responsible for ourselves, a collective of individuals. But at the same time, I don't think that someone who has a lot of responsibility, like the media or a politician, should be blatantly lying and flaming the flames of fire. That's where you know, be honest. There's enough money and power to be gained with honesty. Why does everybody gotta fucking lie? And that's why when I did my first video, even though it was fucking a trash video, but it said, I think the biggest problem is not homosexuality, racism, sexism, xenophobia, the poor versus rich. The biggest problem is that we're either not allowed to tell the truth or we don't have the fucking balls to tell the truth. That's the biggest problem, because we've gotten to where we are in this world today with all those horrible things throughout history. And some others that were horrible too. And we got to where we are today, the most advanced point in civilization. So those aren't the biggest problems. Those are problems that have been there forever. I mean, I've been watching these videos of like 1960s debates with what was it?
Kind of got to figure out.
Other yeah, I know I butchered his name, but I've been watching all these debates, and they were talking about the same things we're talking about today. They're talking about police violence and why do the police need assault rifles. Literally, I'm like, we're literally having the same conversations from the 60s that we're having today, but yet we got to where we are today, even though we've had those problems. Right. You know, and a lot of these problems could literally be fixed overnight if people just got off their ass and did the right thing. You know, it's just like it's ridiculous. But whatever, you know, like I said, you know, drama is a very profitable business. It's a very addictive drug. And then you have people that don't have good guidance, so they just don't give a fuck, and then they feed into that, and they allow it to encompass themselves. And then you have some stupid liberal who's like, yes, you have all the right to be angry that flamingos only come in pink and not black, and that's racist. Yes, absolutely. Let's put you on TV and express your opinion. Some dumb shit like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right. Because I forgot what the other subject now that was racist, but I know Matthew got real racist for a second. You know, those word problems, they got to be stopped. It was something crazy I heard about 2 days, and I can't remember what subject they said. It was something real foolish. It's supposed to be racist now. It's gonna hit me.
Everything.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying.
Math is racist. English is racist. Exercising is racist. Having two parents is racist. Going to work is racist. And literally, this is shit that the Smithsonian, African American Smithsonian Museum put out. These are all things that are racist. Breathing must be racist. Like everything is racist. Everything is sexist. Everything is homophobic. Everything is xenophobic. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And what's even more ridiculous is like a lot of people don't even vote or act based on their beliefs. They usually go against it, but then they say, "Oh, I'm helping it. I'm for this cause," and I'm like, "How? How?" It's because people are not being held to a higher standard anymore. When I was taking that certification program a couple years ago, there was a girl in the class who recently graduated high school. She was 18 years old, and she asked me, "Hey, do you have the time?" And I said, "There's a clock right there on the wall, right above the teacher's head." She goes, "I don't know how to read that thing." I go, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I don't know how to read that." She's like, "There's two sticks on it with a bunch of numbers. I don't know how to read." I said, "You got to be fucking kidding me! How'd you graduate?"
That's wild.
You know, like I get it. Everything's digital now, but how do you? It's like you could teach someone how to read an analog clock in probably a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Small hands the hour, big hands the minute. Top number's 12, bottom is 6, to the left is 9, to the right is 3. Like everything in between, do the math. Like you could teach. This is the problem. They're making people dumber and dumber. And I used to laugh at my elders when I was younger. And as I hit 40, I realized that old people have a plethora of knowledge and wisdom that is unsurmountable, and you're a damn fool if you don't listen to them. Yeah, they might be boring as fuck. They might tell you the same story 40 fucking times in a month, but they're right. 99.999% of the time, they are right. And I had a profound increase, exponential increase in my respect for the elders over the last 6 months. They have never been more right than they are today. It's a shame. My instructor, he was a man in his 60s, hardcore constitutionalist, American flag, American muscle cars, America first. Like, you know, somebody everybody would call a racist. Huge Donald Trump supporter. Meanwhile, he's married to a Guyanese woman. He could walk around talking about, "Oh, she's fine over there. She's high yellow." Like, knew all the slang, was down with the kids, interracial, interethnic marriage, whatever you want to call it. And he was the nicest guy in the world. And he told me, he goes, "You youngsters are doomed." He goes, "Because you have these stupid cell phones that you call smartphones, and you take them for granted. You feel like you don't have to pick up a book and learn anything, because if you need to know something, well, you could just resort to Google. And then you assume that Google is telling you the accurate information."
Exactly.
And then I learned, because I've known this in the past, I've Googled like one thing, and an answer came up. But if I changed the way I worded the question, a completely different answer would come up for the same question almost. And then I did it more recently because I was doing, I'm trying to get involved with that African American Studies program, which is going well for me. I'm almost in. I was Googling the first black person to own a bank. But if you Google first black man to own a bank, one person's name comes up. But then if you Google first black person to own a bank with less than $1 million in assets, a totally different name comes up. So when you Google first black guy to own a bank, it tells you the guy who was the first to achieve $1 million in assets. And I was reading about it, and then eventually he sold the bank, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But so it just shows you that, we are getting dumber as a society because we're getting lazier and we're taking things for granted.
No, 100% agree. That's a thing.
And the media knows that, and because there's so many people that are thirsty for blood, for that blood money, they don't give a fuck. They will exploit us and use us. And people are sitting here crying about, oh, black people this and white people that and illegal immigrants this and gay people that. At the end of the day, we're all a fucking slave. We're all a fucking slave to the dollar bill. We're all a slave to the 1%. So you can sit here and fight among slaves like they actually did back in the plantation days, but that ain't going to get you anywhere. United we stand, divided we fall. It's never been truer.
I agree. And people are dividing at alarming rates right now. So, yeah, I agree with your instructor, man. Definitely do. And I think that's part of the problem too, because when you get this microwave shit, you're trying to feed somebody a bunch of shit in a small amount of time. You start creating these additional stereotype. But like you just mentioned, your instructor being a very diverse guy, interracial, but yet he may be a Trump supporter. People think that, these things can't be exclusive. Like they like, if you support Trump, you got to be, like, there's so many diverse types of people. And that's why I try to do my best. Sometimes it's hard to not assume or automatically label somebody in a certain way, because you'd be surprised some of the people you meet and what they're really about. You may not agree with one or two stands, but they end up being some of the most stand-up people you'll ever come across.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. It's just it's a shame. There was a line out of the famous Wall Street movie back in the '80s when Michael Douglas's character Gordon Gekko said, greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Yes.
That is the truth. That is the truth. As long as you're using greed for good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you say, like, I really want to become rich because I want to find a cure for cancer. So yes, I want to find a cure for cancer because I want cancer to be ended because it's fucking horrible. But at the same time, I'd love to get rich. Mm-hmm. If getting rich leads to you to finding a cure for cancer, that's good. Mm-hmm. Greed is good in that situation. But when you say, like, I want to get rich because I want to, destroy something that's already good, that's bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? So greed is good. I'm greedy when it comes to love. When I fall in love with a woman, I'm greedy. I'm greedy with my love. I give, it's like, so greed is good if it's in the hands of people with good morals and values.
I agree. Random. Did you watch the sequel to that movie?
Did I watch what?
The sequel to Wall Street.
Yeah. Like most movies, the original is always better.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I did like that. I actually used to use that phrase a lot for a while, because I thought that was, it changed my perspective on the word greed after hearing him say, like, yeah, you know what? It's certain words we automatically attach those negative connotations to, but when you kind of think maybe they're not so bad, I guess, and depending on how you're utilizing.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny is like, these big bankers are greedy because, they're taking over these companies and then they're firing people, but it's like, but at the same time, like, those same people that are complaining about that are usually up to no good themselves. So it's just, again, the pot calling the kettle black, and also, again, it's, you know what, Robin Hood. Stealing is bad, but if you steal from the rich and give to the poor, it's good.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's an awful thing. Steal from the person who worked for it, and give it to the poor. All right, that's. I guess that's cool if you're into that kind of thing. I don't know.
Yes, greed is good, America. Greed is good. And later on, Honcho going to announce our plan to take over Teldar Paper. Well, that was the company, right? Was it Teldar Paper was the one he was taking over?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly which one. There was something along those lines. I just had real quick thoughts on the Gillum guy.
Andrew Gillum?
Yeah.
Mr. I'm not gay, my boyfriend is?
Mm.
Yeah. My thoughts on that are, you know what, like, oh man. Look, I really, it doesn't matter to me what he does in the privacy of his bedroom, or in his case, the privacy of a cheap Miami Beach motel room with 2 strippers. I don't care. Like, I don't care in that sense. Like, do you? I hope you suck and take all the cock that you want. Fucking hope you live a happy life doing that. I don't care. My issue with him is, you knew you were caught red-handed, and you still lied about it. And during your entire...
John, it cut out like as soon as you said... All right. I apologize. And that's what I'm saying, like, I don't know what the fuck... It'll actually, you know what? We'll figure it out. Apologize, Mr. John. Like I said, it cut out. I was trying to hear what you're saying. I don't know why. It was smooth yesterday, but we've had some issues today. But I have like this contingency plan to keep it from being all the way AWOL. So at least I don't have to restart the whole fucking thing. But I apologize for that. Let me see. What is it about? Because I did say I was gonna have to drag up a little early. Let me see if refresh this. See if it accident. Like I said, I definitely do apologize for that. Yeah, I would say we would yeah, we'll wrap it on that one because, like I said, I'm gonna have to jump ship here in a second. I got to take care of something, just a little after 2:30ish. But if you guys want to meet up in the Discord, keep the conversation going. We'll definitely be in there. A couple of things, man. Shout out to Prepaid. Shout out to Mr. Man Up. Appreciate all the love. Thank y'all so much. Heidi, you're a terrible person. That's just that. Let me see. I'm not sure. It cut off right at the part where I think you say, what he wants to do at a cheap Miami hotel, and then it cut out right there. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get it back, and then, like I say, by the time it tapped back in, it disconnected the call. I can swim, Heidi. I just don't take any risks in the deep end, or in Galveston. But again, man, I rocks with y'all Saturday night. If y'all fucking with it in the Discord, let me know if you want to be a part of the Den Show digital meet and greet. If you want to be a part of that, you're going to have your camera on, but it will be a fun time to actually get to see some of the Den folk. We've heard a lot of people's voices and spoken to a lot, but if you want to be part of that and actually get to chop it up, that's going to be a good time. Like I said, Sunday night we'll do. I don't like I said, we'll do a little off the wall. I'm sure some type of birthday celebration. Because like I said, my birthday's on Sunday. Rashida's birthday's on Monday. We're not doing anything for Rashida, right? Like nothing. Okay. So we'll just do it like that. No, it was all good because I really I did want to hear what you had to say, but we may have a show where we touch more specifically. Wow, did it reconnect? Craziness. So yeah, it's always it's fucking something. So let me go ahead and do it like this. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Let's go ahead and wind it down because I see it's going into jank mode. And see, that's what I was figured before I did a sauce tonight. I have to tinker with some things. With that being said, then folk, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all for sticking with it. I'm gonna slide in the Discord. I gotta get out of here, but I think it'll be on, but my mic won't be on for a second. But if y'all want to chop it up, we'll be in there in the voice chat. Again, I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Y'all ain't got to go home. Invite me up to the Discord, but I gotta slide the fuck up out of here, and we out.